Production and some choke points, too.
Yeah, and the story continues to evolve. Carl, good morning, everybody. Listen, oil obviously getting all the focus as it should. Oil is up, although not up as much as some of the more fearful projections that were out there. Some oil stocks are up a couple of percent. But I want to pivot very quickly because the story today has quickly evolved into natural gas. And here's why. Iranian drones hitting Qatar LNG. Now, Qatar is a country that is the largest liquefied natural gas producer in the world. And all of it goes through the Strait of Hormuz. And about 2 hours ago, Qatar's state-owned energy company, Qatar LNG, saying that as of right now, and we don't know how long this will last, and that is critical. We don't know how long it will last, but right now, all LNG production is offline. So effectively, 20 to 30% of the world's liquefied natural gas production, guys, is offline as of now. Will it last an hour, a day, a week? We don't know, but there's your story to watch. There are U.S. stock impacts as well. Look at Cheniere Energy, ticker LNG. Look at Venture Global. They also had earnings out this morning, ticker VG. Those stocks are up. In fact, Venture Global stock is up nearly 20%. Some of that could be earnings. But again, if you're taking Qatar LNG offline, then U.S. cargoes from Corpus Christi or from Calcasieu Paris, Louisiana, Houston, wherever it may come from, those cargoes are now worth a lot more money. Venture Global is up 17.5%. So obviously oil is the story. Natural gas continues to be the story. And when we talk about oil, we want to look at one thing. There's one web page that I'm sort of glued to outside, of course, CNBC.com and the live blog that we ran all weekend, guys, which is the map of the Strait of Hormuz. That's it. So we're looking at marine traffic by Kepler. The red dots, those are liquid tankers. An arrow means it's underway. A dot basically means it's at anchor. You can see in the top part, there is nothing, no red, in the Strait of Hormuz, the narrowest part there at the peak. If we begin to see ships go through there, and at some point they will have to, whether it's with a naval escort or some sort of ceasefire agreement, because right now the insurers are saying, no thanks. Once we start to see ships go through that port, that hole, whatever you want to call it, then we will see the price of oil and natural gas probably come down a bit. But right now, it's not closed, guys. I don't like that term because it's not a canal. There's no gate. There's no lock on it. But yet, it's too dangerous or too expensive to go through. J.P. Morgan, very quickly, out with saying 4 things to watch with oil. Number 1, the number of barrels disrupted, the length of time of the disruption. Does the Trump administration do anything around the SPR? Remember that, Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And, of course, the question nobody can answer, Carl, what comes next? No one knows. And as an industry executive told me yesterday on the phone, if you find out who's running Iran right now, let us know, because that controls everything.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye as well on any reports regarding Saudi production, Brian, and whether or not some of these drone attacks spur the Saudis to act somehow militarily. That would be an additional wrinkle in this story. Brian, thanks. Brian Sullivan.